guys, Jake here. Welcome to Pear Ranch, and today I want to talk to you about horsey theory. At Pear Ranch, we're known for our young horse development, our quote problem child or naughty horse rehabilitation, or just inexperienced horse development, where we can kind of get these horses a great foundation and help them be better partners and get along better in society. And a big part of why and how we're able to do that is our understanding of theory and also then sequencing. If you kind of know where you want to go, and if you've been there before, it makes it a little easier to get back there. And in our process, it's really important to me that we really understand why we're doing what we're doing, and that helps us make our decisions in the moment with a horse much easier. So I want to kind of give you the quick overview of my training philosophy and what I hold kind of near and dear to my heart as my principles on how I'm going to focus on my horse's development, and then also the sequence of how I set that up. So if we're talking about horses, we know we're dealing with prey animals. They are food. Okay, that makes them more apt to be afraid. They want to fly from fear first, and then if they can't get away, they're going to turn and fight. And if we can kind of understand that basic instincts of a horse, it helps us set ourselves up to know that they're just doing what they think they need to do to save themselves, to get back to comfort, or they're doing what they've been programmed to do, okay, by people. And sometimes we teach them to do things totally on accident. It's can happen very quickly. So first, if we talk about the horse, we got to recognize they have 5 body parts, okay? Nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, and hip, okay? Nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, hip. And we can take those body parts and we can kind of say that same sequence, nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, hip, in a different way. We can say mind, flexion, weight, feet. Okay, mind, flexion, weight, feet. And when we line that up, we recognize that then, well, if it's the same, saying different words, the nose and the mind are the same thing. The neck is the flexion. Okay. The shoulder and ribs is the weight. And the feet's the feet. Mind, flexion, weight, feet. Nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, hip. The hip and the feet. Okay, versus forehand is the shoulder, hind leg is hind feet. Nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, hip. Mind, flexion, weight, feet. Now, those body parts can do 8 different things. Some horses can do all of those at the same time, okay? And one of those is so important, I put it on the list twice. Okay, we're going to talk about stand still, forwards, backwards, right, left, up and down, stand still. So important, it's on there twice, stand still. Then forwards, then backwards, then right, then left, then up and down. This is the sequence, the order of importance for those movements that a horse can make. Okay, so we've got the nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, and hip, and they can go either stand still, forwards, backwards, right, left, up, or down. Stand still. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt your video, but I wanted to take a second to make sure that you know how you can get all of the great content and not miss anything from us at Pear Tree Ranch. Make sure that you like our Facebook page, Pear Tree Ranch. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can subscribe and click the bell icon on YouTube. That way you get up-to-date notifications of any new videos. You can also subscribe to follow along with us on Patreon, and that's a subscription site that will have specialty content of training horses and things that I'm working on with my horses. And the best way to get everything that we're doing is going to be on the Horseman's University, and that also is a subscription site, but it not only has content from Pear Tree Ranch, but it also has content with other like-minded horsemen that are doing horses in multiple different disciplines, and all have a like-minded philosophy with their horsemanship, And so you can get lots of bang for your buck over there on the Horseman's University. Now, back to your video. When we're talking about horse development, we got to recognize that they're going to go through 4 stages of development. Okay? Teach, control, reinforce, refine. Now, what that means is we need to teach them that we can control them for safety's sake. That keeps us and them safe. Teach them we can control them so we can teach them what they need to know. Okay? Then we can reinforce that, make a game out of it, and refine it as we go along. Now, what do we need to teach them that they need to know? Well, those are our 4 areas of development. We have 4 stages of development, and then there's 4 areas of development, okay? We're gonna talk about confidence, yielding, patterns, and purpose, okay? Those are the 4 areas of development that each horse needs to go through. We're gonna spend time in 4 different stages of teaching them about confidence, yielding, patterns, and purpose. And for me, what it comes down to is there's really only confidence and yielding. If you have that, it's very easy to teach your horse any pattern that you want them to know or get any purpose done. Purpose might be opening and closing a gate, trailer loading, okay, going over a jump, moving a cow. These are purpose things, but you can also make a pattern out of those exercises or those maneuvers. Confidence, yielding, patterns, and purpose. We got to teach them we can control them, teach them what they need to know, reinforce what we taught them, and then refine that as we go along. And we're going to do that with their nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, and hip at a standstill first, then forwards, backwards, right, left, up, and down. Now, there's the exception here. We have gaited horses. They do lots of different things with their feet. But for the most part, we want to talk about we need to get all those things achieved at a standstill, a walk, a trot, and a canter, and a gallop. And I said backwards, so yeah, backing up. And if we can take these horses and teach them all these different things, that really covers the majority of our development. Now, I'm going to go into another video for you each of these pieces that I've given you and talk about and explain how we're going to break them down into all these very broad and deep categories. Okay, so let's review. 4 stages of development: teach, control, reinforce, refine. 4 areas of development: confidence, yielding, patterns, and purpose. Now, we've got 8 directions: stand still, forwards, backwards, right, left, up, and down, stand still. And then we've got nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, hip. If we can kind of keep that stuff tattooed on the back of our eyelids, as I've heard it said, memorize it. You got to be saying that in your sleep. Okay, make it a song, whatever it's going to take to be able to memorize that. This is what we need to do to be successful with our horses. Okay. I hope this kind of gets you started on our theory of training here. I'm going to take some time to break down each of these pieces so that you can get to know them better, and we'll revisit them. We're also going to have videos for you showing this process with lots of different horses where I'll talk through and keep referring back to all of these theory pieces that we got to have in our mind so we know what to do next. We can make an educated decision on how we're going to go about furthering our horse's development. Now, I've said that a few times, horse development. There's 2 parts of this journey. We've got horsemanship and horse development. Horsemanship is more for me about the human developing themselves to be better for the horse. That's why we're having this talk about theory. This is helping our theory, our horsemanship, our mind be more prepared. But then there's the horse development. The horse needs to be trained too. If this is going to be a partnership, it goes 2 ways. If you're always blaming yourself for, I just wasn't good enough, my horsemanship, yeah, you need to be better too. But you know what? They can act like a partner as well. They can learn how to help us, read us, understand us better as well. We're going to be in this journey all together, and we're going to work to get forward and move ahead to achieve all our goals and dreams with our horses.